Brandon Garcia came up and made his Major League debut today for the Mariners in relief in the 8th inning, and it did not go well. He gave up 2 runs, one of them earned, one of them not earned. The not earned run was based on his own error, where he overthrew a ball going towards first base that should have been an easy out that allowed a run to score. The Mariners were down 4-0 when he entered. The Mariners would end up losing 6-0 based on him giving up those 2 runs. He did not strike anyone out. He did walk one person and gave up those runs. Unfortunately, this is not something you want to see, but it is indicative of not a bigger problem. It is indicative of just the fact that the Mariners are down pretty far into their depth chart on the bullpen. Garcia had been a solid college arm who'd spent some time in Everett and Tacoma this year. He'd been called up directly from Everett to make his Major League debut today. And that was so that we'd have both another left-hander in the bullpen and somebody in the bullpen, because we kind of need somebody in the bullpen right now. Because, unfortunately, with everything happening in our bullpen, we have some problems. We just don't have enough people in it. And with that, we needed to make some moves. We needed to try something, and it's okay. Now, there was not much that happened in this game. The first 11 hitters between both teams were retired before Luke Raley got hit by a pitch, and then, like, the next 9 hitters, other than one, were retired until George Kirby sort of had a disaster in the 6th inning. Unfortunately for George, in the 6th, he had a major breakdown where he sort of let William Contreras get a sac fly, and then Christian Yelich singled to score another run, and then Jackson Churio doubled to score another run, and then Isaac Collins singled to score another run. Overall, George Kirby, 6 innings pitched, 5 hits, 4 runs, all of them earned, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts, moving to a 4.65 ERA. That's not really the George Kirby I expected going into this season. Now, I know that this is really not a George Kirby that's stretched out like you'd want him to be by this point in the All-Star break. This is not a George Kirby that's pitched 125 innings so far already into this season. This is a George Kirby that we're waiting to see how well he recovers from injury and things like that. And with that, we have to understand that sometimes he's not going to be that pitcher we thought he could be based on how he performed last year. We do have some good news with Bryce Miller looking like he will be able to come back soon, just depending on how everything goes with some rehab work down in Tacoma. It looks like he's going to either do a live bullpen or a rehab start in Tacoma soon. Remember, he has 30 days from the time that he starts the rehab to come back up into the Major League roster. George, though, this season, he had one really good outing, but he's had a lot of outings where they haven't been that great. And it's concerning to me as a Mariners fan. This season he's 4-5 with a 4.65 ERA through 11 games, but he's only pitched 60 innings with a 1.13 WHIP and strikeouts of 59. Let's see his advanced stats. Where's his advanced stats? This season, he's got 4 quality starts. He's given up 8 doubles, 1 triple. He's induced 5 grounds into double plays in 25 opportunities. He's thrown 1 wild pitch. He hasn't balked. He's allowed 1 steal in 3 attempts. 68% of his pitches are for strikes, but he's doing 16.28 pitches per inning with almost 4 per plate appearance. Where's his FIP? It doesn't show it, but let me check and see. George Kirby FIP 2025. Because honestly, I feel like George Kirby's FIP is 3.78. So a lot of that has to do with the fact that our fielding's not been great. That's actually almost a full run lower than his actual ERA. So with that, you gotta think, what can we do to fix this? And one of those things might be better defense. We recently learned that J.P. Crawford has the worst defense of any shortstop in Major League Baseball. And by recently, I mean yesterday on r/Mariners. It's really unfortunate what's happening, but I do believe that the Mariners can bounce back. We're going to talk about the offense. We got Shutout. We've been shut out a couple of times this season, but this one just felt worse than normal, simply due to the fact that we got shut out with our best pitcher on the mound, and the only player from our top of the lineup who really did anything was Cal, which was really unfortunate and upset me a lot, like, to the point where I was like, wow, what are we doing? And, yeah. It really, really upset me, but what I will say is that we did lose to a team that was coming in on a 10-game winning streak, and we apparently have given up 17 straight runs. JP 0 for 4 with a strikeout, Julio 0 for 4 with a strikeout, Cal 1 for 4, no strikeouts, had a couple of ones where the launch angle was a little weird. Randy got hit, right? No, Donovan Solano got hit. Randy 0 for 4, Jorge Polanco 1 for 4, 2 strikeouts. Can't really say anything about that. Luke Raley 1 for 1, and he got hit. Donovan Solano 0 for 1, got hit. Dom Canzone 0 for 2, Dylan Moore 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts. Dom Canzone probably would have been better to keep in instead of putting Dylan Moore out there. Ben Williamson 2 for 3 with a steal, and I believe a walk as well. And then, no walks. Cole Young walked and went 0 for 2. We struck out 8 times. They struck out 6 times. We walked once. They walked twice. 10 hits, 6 runs for them. 5 hits, no runs for us. George Kirby, 6 innings, 5 hits, 4 runs. 4 of them earned 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. Thornton, 1 hit, no runs, 1 strikeout. Garcia, we already talked about. And then Vargas went 1 inning with 2 strikeouts. He did really well. I was really happy about him. Luke Raley and Donovan Solano got hit. 2 hours and 19 minutes for this game, which was wild that it took that short of a time, but if you gotta understand that sometimes these games are like that. I was really disappointed in the top of the lineup simply due to the fact that our top of the lineup could have done a lot better simply by just hitting the ball with a good launch angle, and we had a lot of infield pop-ups. We had a lot of balls that could have gone farther. Yes, we made some mistakes. JP could have made a catch that probably changes the whole complexion of the game. We probably have, if the ball doesn't deflect off Cole Young, Garcia's debut probably looks a million times better. There's so many things that went wrong that I can't say that this is just on one thing. This is just the Mariners played a bad game, and unfortunately they got shut out, and they at least got 5 hits, so at least they did something. 5 hits, 1 walk. Ben Williamson with the steal. Cal with a base hit. I think that was actually his first base hit that wasn't a home run since June, outside of the single in the All-Star game, which is concerning. However, slightly less concerning because he's been walking and getting a lot of intentional walks too. So overall, I'd say that the Mariners were a disappointment today, but didn't do the worst. So there's that.
And again, thank you for tuning into the videos. Don't forget that you can also see me on Patreon at Sammy5436, where it's $1 a month. I also am seeable on Instagram at Sammy5436. TikTok at Sammy5436. I'm on Blue Sky at Sammy5436, though I don't use that often. I believe I'm on Tumblr at Sammy5436, but I haven't used that in at least a year. And you can find me at my business email, thetrapezoidtalks5436 at gmail.com. Any information you need to send to those business emails will be looked at. I generally look at my business email on Wednesdays and Sundays, so just do be advised that I do not always have the ability to respond immediately, but if you do send an email to my business email, and as long as it's not offensive, I will respond if it's something I'm interested in with something positive, and if it's something I'm not interested in, I will thank you for your email and go ahead and say that there may be a future opportunity for us to collaborate if that's something you're interested in.